Hey everybody, I'd like to introduce you to the latest addition to our family here. This is a 1977 Camaro Z28, my latest project. I'm gonna do a Restomod on this guy and hopefully chronicle it as we go along here and show you what's involved. You see so far I've taken all the removable sheet metal parts off. Deck lid, doors, are all off. I got it up on the rotisserie yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Did that by myself, so that was a lot of work. Muscling around all these big pieces of metal and everything, that was kind of a pain. So, I'm going to start out by soda blasting this guy to clean up as much of it as I can. I put it up on the rotisserie so that it would be easier to do the underside here. I can roll it over when I'm working on that, which will be very helpful. This car is in pretty rough shape when I got it. One of the things I liked about it though was it basically had nothing in it, and since I was going to be doing a lot of custom work, that was good, because I was going to end up replacing pretty much everything in it anyway. There's some pieces I wish it would have come with, like a hood, mirrors. This thing was a race car, unfortunately, so they had done a bunch of surgery to it. Like you see, they took out the whole panel here behind the seats, which was a mess. Had to go find a replacement part for that. This package tray in the back is custom with 4 6x9s in it. That's kind of neat. That's going to be replaced. Most of the car is in pretty good shape. There's rust here, but most of it's not rusted through. There's a few spots I'll have to work on, but most of it's pretty solid. Gonna have all new custom interiors, so again, it doesn't really matter what's in here right now. The one thing I'm not quite certain about yet is the roof. A lot of rust up there, which is mostly surface rust. Again, it doesn't punch through anywhere, so I think that's okay, but what I'm worried about is the underside here is all rusted too, and it has this under panel here below the actual roof itself, so I can't get up in there and clean it. So I don't really know what it looks like up under there, so I'm thinking I might put a new roof skin on it to get rid of all of that, but then at the same time I can expose all this stuff under here and get it all cleaned out and rust treated and everything else. So jury's still out on that one. A few other little tidbits here. They put a fuel cell in it, it looks like, so they cut a giant hole in the floor. That has to be replaced. So that's the beginning. Like I said, next step is going to be soda blast, and I also have some aluminum oxide that I can use to clean out the rust, because the soda won't do anything for the rust. We'll see how that goes. I have the soda blaster right here. Bought this one from Eastwood, so we'll give that a try. I also got this little guy here from Harbor Freight, just for working on fenders and things like that. You know, I don't have a big area to work on. I don't have to whip this thing out all the time when I'm working on it. There's some aluminum oxide I picked up at Harbor Freight. I'll give you a little tour here of the tools I've assembled so far. I've got myself one of these little guys for rolling around, shop vac. The compressor was a hard-fought battle. I didn't want to get one of the big vertical compressors just because, you know, there's not a lot of room in this garage, and that would take up even more room. This guy is still a 220 circuit, so it's good. It's a 3 horsepower model, but it puts out a whole lot of CFM, which is nice. It's 10 plus CFM at 90 PSI, which is good. So this thing should work great for painting and anything else that I come across as we go. It was a mess getting it delivered here. The first one they delivered was all broken, so I had to send it back and got another one. Let's see, what else? I have a little grinder there, flat disc on it for grinding the sheet metal down. Got a couple of grinders here, cutoff wheel, an angle grinder. All of these things I borrowed from a friend. These are really handy, especially the air ratchet there. Just taking out all these bolts on the sheet metal stuff's great. And just a bunch of random tools and things. These things are awesome if you don't have them. You should get these with the little ratcheting ends on them. I use those more than I use the ratchet, actually. Those are really nice. Over here, got myself a welder. I'm going to have to be welding in sheet metal and things, so that's a new one for me. I've never welded anything before. I did a little bit of test work on the Fender, which I'll show you here in a minute. And that came out alright, so I think I have the capability to do this anyway, but once we do it on the car, that's a whole nother test. Then here we have a bunch of random sheet metal stuff, dolly, hammers, such clamps, things like that. I got this kit from Eastwood, which came with a few pieces of sheet metal and stuff, which was good. I was able to get things going with that. That's about it for here. Hopefully the next time you see the video up, the car will be all stripped down, and then we can see what we're really in for in terms of all the body work and everything. I'm hoping this quarter panel is salvageable here. The one on the other side I've already deemed has to be replaced, so I have a replacement panel for that one already. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. And here is the aforementioned front fender I was talking about. This whole corner of the fender was rusted out down here. So I cut that piece out. And in here, this was rusted through right here, so I patched in a new piece of metal right there and got that pretty well done there, I think. Again, for my first weld ever, I think that came out alright. It's a little lumpy and a few holes in it, but that's alright. It's an internal structure. I still haven't decided if I'm going to keep this fender. I might just chuck it because this thing's pretty beat up down here. It's not rusted through, but it's pretty pitted. So we'll see. I have a skin to put on here. I may try that and see how it goes, just so I can practice my welds and all that, and then at the end of the day I may throw it away, but it'll be good practice. Anyway, thanks again.